26th at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay, featuring Nayeli Lewis, Miss Bank of St. Lucia, Simone Sonson, Miss Diamond Girl, Sydney James, Miss First National Bank, Doxia Polio, Miss Duty Free Point Seraphin, Shanette Ramos, Miss Republic on Board, Darlene Francis, Miss Export St. Lucia, Dave Edward, Miss St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Adele Montoot, Miss WMB Events and Rentals, Darrell Dubois, Miss Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate. Experience the glamour, the performances, the passion and unforgettable moments of a crown with purpose. Showtime, 8 p.m. Tickets $180. Available at the Cell Outlets island-wide and online at www.fourcircles.com. No door sales. Feel the vibes. Embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high-five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun. I'm on my way to flavor my day with something new, and I've got room for you. Let loose and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery novelties of life and live a little. Get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery novelties.
Enjoy Creamy Novelties ice cream, distributed by Ferrens Foods. Live a little.
Who's a little man with a lot to offer? He is the Harris Benz man who sells the best for ladies in so many colors. He is the Harris Benz man for a better pay and a better price. Check the little man for some self-advice. It's a raining inside, outside. You'll be satisfied when you use Harris Benz. It's a raining inside, outside. You'll be satisfied when you use Harris Benz.
We ready for the road, we ready for the road. We first national, your next move bold. We ready for the road, we ready for the road. We first national, your next move bold. Get ready for your next ride with the drive ahead from First National Bank. Enjoy up to 100% financing and rock bottom interest rate on new vehicle loans. Because we're not only here for you, we're driving ahead with you. For the road, we first national bank. Your next move, visit one of our partner dealerships, any First National Bank branch or firstnationalbankonline.com today. Promotion runs through November 30th. Terms and conditions apply.
Kumasi Events presents Bacchanal Brunch.
Bacchanal Brunch Nude Edition.
Shades of nude,
Light beige to dark brown, soft tones, golden pores.
an elevated vibe.
Welcome to a nude luxe affair.
The ultimate carnival experience.
July 12th, 2026. Katy Gardens from 12 noon.
Early bird tickets are sold out.
Regular tickets $175.
Tickets available at the cell and eventbrite.com.
Entertainment by St. Lucia's top DJs.
Bottle service. Pop your bottles with your crew.
Numerous nude-themed cocktails.
Powered by
Bounty Rum and Campari.
Dress Code.
Shades of Nude.
Express your vibes.
And keep it luxe. Come for the food.
Stay for the Bacchanal.
Bacchanal Brunch Nude Edition.
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitissimo, sir?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitissimo?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitissimo?
Boy, that Simos makes me score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitissimo? Apart from tasting great, Fruitissimo is full of natural goodness your body needs. Simos is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. Simos is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prowland. And
That's what they say about Fruitsy Simos. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsy Simos. You know what they say.
I remember the music, the crowd, the dancing, the laughter with my friends. I remember someone handing me a drink. After that, everything becomes blurry. My head spinning, my body heavy, and then waking up somewhere I was never meant to be. Someone had spiked my drink. That night, my celebration turned into something I will carry for the rest of my life. I wish I had been more careful. I wish I had watched my drink. I wish I had stayed closer to my friends. So, if you're going out this festival season, please learn from me. Watch your drink. Don't accept open drinks from strangers. And always keep your crew close, because one moment can change everything. Protect yourself. Protect your friends.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Nutrition in collaboration with the Caribbean Development Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank.
We love our island life, whether it's tending the garden, clearing bush for farming, or exploring the hills. But in these peaceful places, danger can lie low. Snake bites are real, and they can happen fast. When a snake bite happens, every second counts. If bitten, go immediately to the Accident and Emergency Department of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex or St. Jude Hospital. With St. Lucia Universal Health Coverage from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Nutrition, you are protected. You will receive anti-venom, medication, and laboratory tests. If required, you will undergo surgery. Your full hospitalization costs are covered. After treatment, you can access outpatient clinic review and physiotherapy. From the hills to your home, no matter where it happens, we've got your back.
July 11th, Pigeon Island. 10 years of explosive energy. Welcome to Water Wars X, the Odyssey. Feel the high energy jab heat with Muddy. Muddy. Some respect on me. I don't want to hear. Don't give me that you want to pay. And French Bouillon sensation. Mimi Kidessa.
Back in your life like not the first. It's not the will boost. Serve with it.
Plus the gallery segment driven by St. Lucia's finest DJs. Water Wars X, the Odyssey. July 11th, Pigeon Island. Come get wet. Online tickets for circlestickets.com. Physical outlets, the Cell Rodney Bay at Nico Street. DJ outlet in Castries. Sufre Service Station. Wise Choice Sozel Plaza. And Your Style Barbershop View Fort. A .com Entertainment production.
Who will be the 2026 Intercommercial Champion? On Thursday, July 9th, companies from across St. Lucia go head-to-head in a night of entertainment, creativity, and fierce competition at the National Cultural Center. Showtime, 8 p.m. Admission, $35. Tickets available at Steve's Barbershop. To sell outlets island-wide and online at fourcirclestickets.com. The rivalry is real. The competition is fierce. And the stage is set. Intercommercial Competition 2026. Feel the vibes. Embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that. Presented by Bank of St. Lucia Limited.
Radio Caribbean International. The station that loves Carnival.
Morning, Teddy.
Good morning. Welcome back, Maureen. Welcome back, Maureen.
Certainly.
You make sure we miss you yesterday, but you stay away to test the ground, eh? You, see you know, when celebrities like you and Isaiah do that, you know, just to see if they miss you all, you know, see what the popularity looking like.
See if we value it.
Right, yeah. if nobody inquire, well, you finish.
We finish, absolutely.
Marine, there, nobody ask a question. Well, boy, Marine, better you start retiring.
But
welcome back, Marine. We here with Gilroy Isai Hall, expecting in a while Claude Paul. We're expecting the Intercommercial People, Denry Carnival, Bronson Mata, Taker, a host of other artists, and lots of action here this morning on Vaval Central. Just a touch as we welcome Mr. Gilroy Isai Hall. I should do a quiz, you know. What's Isai first name, government name? Do you want to get that to know?
No, I think we know it.
Yeah. I remember Isai too has served in many capacities, of course, an outstanding athlete at St. Mary's College, and past that also one of the best footballers between a winger, striker for St. Lucia in the glory days of St. Lucia and the Stuart Charles. I told a respected journalist in St. Lucia, I remember telling him that, and he was laughing off. He just couldn't believe Isai. To him, Isai is only on stage, you know, Isai. But respect to Isai, outstanding sportsman at the national and, in fact, inter-island level. Isai will be in a bit thoughts on lots of things, starting with that MC, that role of MC that we take for granted. Lots of talk about grooming new MCs, and so we will go into the elements, what's the basics required to make a good MC. We're not asking everybody to be the genius that Isai all is, but the basics that they need to get right. We'll get to that and lots more in the carnival as we go forward. The thoughts of Isai also on his bid to ensure that there's a major Calypso event in the south. That too Isai has been working on. We'll get an update on that. We want to touch on the Juve. Just for persons asking, there are 11 Juve bands, getting ready for Juve morning, Carnival Monday. We have Back in Time. That is the most established one now. That is the hardest hard bar in Banan, their band Back in Time. And of course, kind of a bad company from way back. And then we have the Vibes Juve band. We have Juve Jammers, that's Barry George. The Tire Shop, the great Poulbois. Big up yourself, Poulbois. There he displayed his t-shirts, his merchandise in already, his t-shirts, a nice design he released yesterday. Mudsters, the original, playing their mud all the time. JJ and company were original in that, and they're back. Lovers of that, just for fun, have made a return since the last few years with their Juve band contributing to the Juve culture. We Outside, that's White, the neighbors of Hardest Hard band next door there. That's Claude Paul, Vaughan Charles, Diliba and company. That's their band, We Outside. There's also Disturb Your Mass. Then we have Fun Venture, also Central Mass, and finally Nautic Juve band. So if you want to play a Juve Mass, there are 11 options for you as you go forward. In a while, we're due to have the Panorama people. The dipping is supposed to take place here today, Marine, the dipping for positions. As we see, getting very interesting. The band's now declaring the songs that they'll be playing. They'll confirm with us their compositions later today as they come through. I was last night, Isai going through the Barnard Hill. Seemed like a nice cultural hub with the fantastic playing away, scores of young persons, as many as 80 practicing their tunes. Really a lovely sight. And then a kind of a cultural hub, as I said, with next door Barry George doing his carnival, junior band, senior band, the dance through practicing also. It's nice to see this kind of hubs in St. Lucia where the culture is alive and well. Barnard Hill was a case as I went through yesterday.
Yeah, well, good morning, Teddy. Good morning, Marine. Good morning to all the listeners of RCI. Quick note, Teddy, before I say anything else. I met a lady in town yesterday, and she said to me, Isai, we have Calypso this year, man. I ain't not hearing anything. So I told her, I asked her, what station are you listening to? And she named the station. I said, but darling, you're definitely going the wrong way. If you're not listening to RCI, then you will not know what's happening for St. Lucia Carnival. So I urged her to please switch to RCI.
Marine, should record that
season,
one,
you know.
Yeah, we're going to record it out.
Everything Calypso, soca. I mean, the music plays all night long. All day, all night. And big up RCI for that. It's been one of the traditions that they've kept that we really do appreciate, the programming on RCI. There are other stations, you know, playing their part, but you know, I'm very close to RCI, having hosted the Kaiso Handbook right here with McNaughton McLean
for a few years there.
Yeah, but Teddy, the carnival is shaping up very nicely. There's a lot of buzz going around. I just want to say that I would really like people to stop saying that they miss this and they miss that. There's something in carnival for everyone, and you find the aspect of carnival that appeals to you and you enjoy it to the max. There's a discussion as to whether we should have gone this route with the new initiatives, but of course everything must evolve. I do think there are some things that we definitely need to rethink. There are certain things that I don't think we should touch, but the carnival is evolving, people, and find your niche. There is something in carnival for everyone, Teddy, and so once again, good morning to everyone, and please come out and support all of the carnival events.
I didn't see you at Vaval. You're busy.
Vaval. I was preparing for Calypso semifinals.
Right? The following day.
That's a lot of work.
Well, you call you genius. A lot assume that Isaiah doesn't prepare. He might appear spontaneous, but clearly hinting that there is some preparation at least to get the mindset and the concept as to how you're approaching it. And we want to get to Isaiah in a bit for the basics as far as what is required to be a good MC. Forget those who are very gifted and not very gifted, but the aspect of what is the basics that needed to be a good MC, very important as far as that is concerned. And so we really want to ensure that we touch on that this morning for the benefit of the youngsters listening and all other persons who might be interested in going the way of MC in St. Lucia. We also are looking forward, as I say, lots of events. The big Queen Show, we want to salute the Carnival Queen contestants. They are on, and they are in fact looking forward to having one of the most anticipated Queen shows for the last 36 hours or so. The tickets have been totally sold out, not a ticket available for sale as far as that is concerned. So persons really looking forward to the broadcast, and in fact I'm happy that as part of the government contribution to the carnival, the massive contribution as far as that is, as far as finances are concerned, that the public could sit back and enjoy the watch parties and enjoy the Queen show. A number of other countries have gone the way of pay-per-view, but I wouldn't be an advocate of that. I find that the Queen show, and in the end we know the custom with the pay-per-view, sometimes leaving out the public and the monetary gain might be so minimal that it's a drop in the bucket for the carnival budget. So I'm happy that the authorities are staying with allowing the public to see and enjoy events like the Queen show as far as the festival is concerned. That many people, as their way, and especially mature people, of enjoying the carnival. So happy for that. We in fact going in a while, as you say, we have lots to go through on the program. I was talking about the cultural hub that Barnard Hill felt like, and it reminded me of New Village, another area in Castries that became a hub. One time, remember, there was the Shamalayan Carnival Band, there was the dance troupe, La Poca Buit, they were all there. The guys who would be the presentation in many people's calypsos, the actors, some from La Poca Buit, others in the area. And New Village was a vibrant little community with lots of cultural activity. That Barnard Hill last night reminded me of that. Just important to get the cultural energy.
Certainly, Teddy, and it brings to mind to the Paris Center. I don't know if you remember that, but a lot used to happen in the Paris Center. Lots of carnival bands would use that space to make their costumes, etc. So these little community hubs, as you say, are extremely important, and it's good where you can get persons from the community to come out. Young people can watch costumes being made and perhaps get into the art of making costumes themselves. So, I mean, hats off to Crystal and everybody else out there in Barry George, etc. For me, I actually go to Barnardale a few times before Panorama to hear what they sound like, and tremendous work from Crystal with the youngsters, in particular in Pan. And I just want to say to them, your time is coming. Your time is coming. So just relax. Yeah. It will happen.
And Itai, so well said. And we're going to listen to start, of course, the Calypso finals and the Soca Monarch. We feature in the music each day. We're going to Minelle in a while, who is there and says she is interesting development with Minelle. She's in form. We see a lot of attention to her grooming, her wardrobe, and so this year she is leaving no stone unturned in that regard. An artist is ready mentally and preparation-wise well in order for the competition. And we mentioned Carnival. Travis Weeks, well-known cultural player and researcher, lecturer in the arts, was here yesterday, and speaking of ritual and meaning, I know your experience, you were a little higher Lance Road. I was in the heart, born and grew up in the heart of Castries. And I remember, just as my experience, the meaning of carnival. As the boy growing up, so there was the pan rehearsals, be it Baccarat steel or diamond steel, you would hear the sounds of steel band practicing. That to me was carnival, the essence of carnival and the meaning. You know, you go and peep through and get a few of us from college got a little dig, a little try. That's why we started playing a little pan by Secra and then Shining would allow us. But mostly hearing the band, the tunes, you heard the tunes coming together as you went on your errands. Then there was the aspect of this Juve morning is my grandmother, bless her soul, making coffee for scores of people who drop that coffee on the Juve. It was really just organic and rooted in tradition and culture. I remember that the smell of coffee, people coming like hordes, strangers stopping for coffee and a little something to eat as they continued on the Juve route. That made it really the essence of true culture and tradition and meaning. It was so totally non-commercial. And aspects like my dad and my aunt, and so when the costumes arrive at home on the sun, it was magic to you as a youngster, the arrival of the costumes, they got the costumes for the mass camp. These little things give a lot of meaning and really developed me as a real lover of carnival and understanding of the processes and the meaning.
You know, Teddy, for me, my carnival includes Juve morning is a major thing for me for carnival. I'm not able to go out to Juve as often as I would like to, but it was a big thing for me. I remember as an athlete, Teddy, having to go and train with Six, Inspector Emmanuel at Mindo Philip Park, and then Desmond, Stone Pierre, and Midget and a few other people insisting that we must take a taste of Juve before we go to training. And then we arrive at training half an hour late and pay the price. The inspector was no joke, you know. But the pan, all of these things that you just mentioned, listening to the pan men rehearsing, me sneaking into the Calypso tents, you know, getting a taste of people like Tony Martino emceeing. All of these were features that really and truly made the carnival stand out. And then my sisters were all crazy about going to the Geese Banana Shed for the Queen Show. You know, these are the very fond memories that I have of carnival, and I'm a carnival lover. But as I said, I have my preference. I'm a diehard Calypso fan. I love pan music, and Juve and Old Mass, Teddy. This Old Mass is one of the features of, I guess because I also am an extempo person, you know, that part of the carnival for me really and truly makes my day to see how creative the exponents are with regards to their portrayals and so on. And I know we've been struggling with getting numbers, you know, quite a few persons over the years have gone to the great beyond. Some have just opted out. And so I think we should make a concerted effort to get people involved in the Old Mass. Maybe even start an Old Mass segment in the schools. You know, let them do their own little portrayals from the school and so on and come up. But for me, Teddy, I enjoy Old Mass to the max.
Yeah, it's really a test of creativity, what the carnival arts are about. And the suggestion was made here in Vaval Central to the authorities that a nice nurturing ground would be the schools. There's so many who are enthusiastic, they can't sing, they can't be on stage performing, but as a group, maybe Trinidad does a group Old Mass, so about 5 people portraying different themes from one school, and so to have Old Mass at the schools and perhaps attachment to intercommercial. There's some creative people in the companies there. So maybe as a side show on the night of intercommercial, encourage an Old Mass competition that they come and play while remaining respectful and not indecent. You make sure you vet it. It's witty and peacock, but you know, it'll be a good place to nurture and to build the art form. Intercommercial and the schools are an idea that we have suggested to the persons involved. Reminding persons that we are on 101.1 Radio Caribbean. We also available on the Facebook, the official page of Radio Caribbean, YouTube, and all the other platforms. Also on UTV 124 on Flow Cable. We are looking forward. I see the pan men supposed to be dipping a little later for the positions as to what order they will come in. And in the end, yesterday was the dipping for the various Calypsonians and soca artists. We're starting this morning with one of the finalists, Minelle, who says she's heading and gunning for the crown this year.
There is a serious problem crafted by some in society, as they decide which voices speak and which remain mute. I am not here to cry for you, so please pay attention. I am only fulfilling my duty as a citizen. Yeah, certain matters they resonate, but we all should be passionate in addressing the plight as we see of women in this country. Oh, I find that you're brave to dictate how I should behave, or try to tell me what I should sing when I set foot on this holy stage. They tried to beat me down, I still got up. Tried to take my life, I didn't give up. So revise what you see when you look at me. You see a victim, and that is part of the problem. Disregarding the strength it takes to confront my demons and slay them. Some suggest that Mindel should stop singing about victims, no thanks at all. But I will never give up this fight, because as I stand here tonight, it's the same ones who going home to beat their wife. Yes, it's the same ones who want me to give up this fight. Melodramatic, sarcastic hypocrites, they don't have their own house in order, yet they out and about like some authority. But right here, right now, in this instance, I am proclaiming my resistance. Every year they will witness my tenacity. I am ready to stand my ground till we find a solution. There will be no backing down. It's time to take action. Some won't like my foliage, but just remember, you could try to suppress the message, but you cannot silence the messenger. Whoa, I find that you're brave to dictate how I should behave, or try to tell me what I should sing when I set foot on this holy stage. Crimes against women remain unsolved, so consciously I must get involved. But you feel I come here to sing for your pity. I am the catalyst to ensure that women see justice, and I'm the one who will lead the charge to fight chauvinistic prejudice. So until the time that we see women get respect and equality, I will not give up this fight, because as I stand here tonight, it's the same ones in head cheating on their wife. Yes, it's the same ones who run in woman left and right.
Minel, one of the contenders, will go through in a while. The order they dipped yesterday, we'll share with you the order they're going to appear on the night. Of course, they still have a few hours, truly speaking, to they could swap, but as they dipped, we'll give you the order that they dipped in yesterday for their places for the finals and indeed the two soca competitions. Isai Hall, many have credited you, including myself, of being absolute genius. I always say I want to see you outside, Marine. You know you have the naval string in Grenada. Tell any Caribbean country, send your two MCs again, Isai and Donaville, and pick two MCs from any country. Come and challenge Isai and nobody come and challenge them. Isai and Donaville, two MCs. And in the extempo, I was there at Marshall Grounds when the gypsy from Trinidad, the famous gypsy, they say he's the baddest thing in the world. Isai mashed him up, you know, in Marshall Grounds, a spectacular concert. Isai, you're not easy, you know. Isai, don't get on his wrong side, but you're not easy. Isai, your credit apart, tell us the basics. This MCing thing, there's been a gap, there's been a void, there are not many. We're praying for your good health every day, that you stick around for a good while. But the gifts, of course, you must have a little gift for that, but beyond that, what are the rudiments, the elements that you must capture and pay attention to be a good MC?
Well, let me first thank my late mom, Teresa Hall, for my upbringing. the kinds of experiences that I had, Teddy. I was involved in everything. I was knowledgeable of everything happening, not only here throughout the world, and that's because of my mom. I was able to travel from very young, and that background, your upbringing is critical with regards to the role of an MC. So much so, Teddy, that I keep abreast of current events. I try to listen to every single newscast, local, regional, international. And another thing that really helped me with regards to that is when I met Errol Fabian. Errol had me on with him as a young upcoming MC.
Okay.
We hosted a Queen show here in St. Lucia, a couple other shows. And I remember I got a call to go to MC in St. Kitts Nevis for the Culturama. And Errol said to me, as soon as you arrive, in fact, he says from the airport, speak to the customs people, find out what's going on, speak to the taxi driver, buy every single newspaper you can find in the country, and read up and find out what are the issues, and try to feel the pulse in terms of how people are reacting to the various issues in the country, etc. And that is your content for you to work with. And so I want to say to MCs that it's a learning process. It's a never-ending process, Teddy, and I'm extremely nervous every time I have to MC. I have been fortunate enough to MC not just shows, etc., but I've done official state events. I've MC'd events at the Prime Minister's residence. I've MC'd at exhibitions. A lot of the ministries throughout the years have used my services for a lot of activities that they have. So, I mean, I've benefited for being in this field for 26 years. The MC is a public relations person. And I will repeat that. The MC is a public relations person. You are the one bridging the gap between all of the publics involved in the activity. So for Calypso, for example, you are linked with the band, you are linked with the audience, you are linked with the organizers. So I will say to people who are interested in becoming MCs, you need to know the characteristic of the event that you want to MC. Every single event has very unique and different characteristics that you have to understand. So training in event management, which I did, I was fortunate enough to do at GC Foster College in Jamaica. That was part of my studies at GC Foster College. Being knowledgeable of the various components of an event is extremely important. But in terms of preparing, and just let me take you through, for example, this year for the Calypso semi-final. This year, I wasn't as knowledgeable of all of the Calypsos as in previous years, because this year I only MC'd South Calypso 10th. Right. Teddy, I'm over 60, so I'm slowing down gradually. And so, apart from listening to the songs via radio, fortunately for us in this day and age of technology, you can go onto YouTube and hear any one of the songs.
And see those, the
right, see and hear, right. So I had to get familiar with those songs that I hadn't actually heard in the Calypso 10s. Then to Teddy, I try as best as possible to ensure that the introduction of the artist does two things. It excites the crowd and, has them anticipating the performance from the Calypsonian. But also, too, it does two things for the Calypsonian and the Calypso. I want to ensure that the Calypsonian feels comfortable and energized to come on when I introduce him or her. And also, too, I try to find an introduction that leads you to at least the title of the song or the theme of the song, and that takes time. So this semi-final, for example, it took me 3.5 days to draft introductions for round one. And you're talking about hours where you're sitting with a song entitled That Thing Good, and for a whole hour you'd be sitting down there just thinking of all the different ways you could introduce a song like that. It takes time. And sometimes you go to bed, and in my sleep, an idea pops into my head, and I get up and I write it down, So it's a never-ending process. But this is just a guide. Even when you reach at the venue, and I've done some research with regards to things that you could do to assist you before an event starts. You can read your audience steady. Before the show starts, just by looking at people and conversing with people and going outside by the bar and hearing the conversations, etc., you get a sense of the demographics that you're dealing with, the persons who are there, their interests, and so on. That's very, very important. So that if you're carving a joke, and just use an example, for a highly religious audience, there are certain things that you wouldn't say. You know, so understanding your audience, and you know, and it's a continuous process throughout the show. You keep doing that all of the time. You identify pockets of people and you say, okay, this crowd over here seems to be a little bacchanal crowd. Knowledge of people too is also important. And there are persons, Teddy, who I will interact with one-on-one in the audience because I know them and I know they won't embarrass me. You know, and you don't just pick on any and everybody. Yeah. And sometimes while I'm even walking around, which is something I started doing, you know, after a couple of years, you get more intimate to the audience. You get to, people's faces can tell you a lot. And their reactions to the things that you say can speak volumes about their interests and what they like and what their likes and dislikes, etc. So all of that combined with getting the information that you require to deliver in a timely manner. I mean, it has been as bad as going to do a show, a Calypso tent, and getting the program for the night 15 minutes before the show starts. That is a challenge. That is a major challenge. And so at an event like that, well, generally I am that way. I really and truly, from the time I arrive at the venue till I leave, it's work. It's work. Every time I move into a corner, you notice sometimes you see me coming to the audience and listen to a piece of the song and then go backstage. I'm looking for something for the outro. What am I going to say when that artist comes off stage? You know, because sometimes you can't hear all the lyrics clearly backstage. You know, so I come out there, I check out the performance and also to the sensitivities of different performers. There are some people who I know I can say anything about on stage, and they're fine with that. If it is an artist who I don't know well, and so on, I have a conversation with them, but generally, I make comments based on what I know the preferences of that particular artist are. And I always tell the artists too, and the managers, you have the leeway to let me know what you would like said about you in your introduction. And I can carve that into whatever intro. But it's continuous work, Teddy. You have a responsibility to, for example, the sponsors. When you are given to read out the sponsors, you're not just reading out the sponsors, you know, you're communicating to the sponsors. And you're acknowledging the fact that, hey, these people have made a serious contribution. And you want people to understand that their contribution is important. So it is not something that you take lightly. You know, I've said, for example, I do not like introducing judges and saying nothing about them. I think it's unfair to the judges to be introducing Teddy Francis as a judge and just calling his name. Teddy Francis, and we're not talking about academia or anything like that, but Teddy Francis has been judging for 15 years. That's information that people should know. So you know that this guy has a certain level of competence because he's been there, you know. So I really hope that at some point in time we will get to that stage where you have a little bio for the judges, etc. But it's continuous work. And the problem too sometimes is when people keep coming to you with announcements while the show is going on. You don't really have time to listen to that because your thought process is working continuously, you know. So I want to say to young MCs, there's a lot of information available online. We did an MC's workshop a couple months ago, which went pretty well. There's another level that I would like the MCs to go. So I am going to send in a proposal to creative industry. Yeah. But MCing is public relations. You have to be a good public speaker. You need to be very knowledgeable of what's happening in the world. I mean, you need to learn something new every single day.
Just some of the tips from Isai Hall. We were not allowed to give all the secrets, Maureen. Maureen herself for an MC, but the virtuoso performance of Isai Hall in all aspects. We had full crowd Paul and note of some Trinidadians who came who came to the show on the weekend and were really thrilled at Isai Hall and his entertainment value. We've said that before in the program that he adds to the show. They were impressed, they liked, they enjoyed the show. They left at the first half, but they really were pleased with Isai Hall and Donaville, just the entertainment value that they added to the act and to the show. We want to go to the final words from Isai in a bit. We know he's indicated he has other commitment, but we want to share, before we go to some pan, we want to share with you the aspects of that dipping that took place yesterday, Isai. The placings important to many of the artists as of now, and remember they do have a few hours left where they could swap figures, but as the dipping went, and number 1 for the Calypso finals, number 1 is TC Brown, number 2 John Gotti, number 3 Minel, number 4 Reddy. We have at number 5 Desrel, at number 6 Wally, number 7 Lucian, number 8 Herb Black, number 9 Gumption, number 10 Educator. Once again, 1 TC Brown, 2 John Gotti, 3 Minel, 4 Reddy, 5 Desrel, 6 Wally, 7 Lucian, 8 Herb Black, 9 Gumption, and 10 Educator. That's as far as the Calypso went. And then we have now we go into the Lucian Carnival final, the orders of the competitions. We do have now in this one the Groovy. Carlton Roberts at number 1 for the Groovy. 1 is Carlton Roberts, 2 is Chevy J, 3 is Devon, 4 Ricky T, 5 Ezra, 6 Sly, 7 Afa Ale, 8 Imran Nerdy, 9 Keisha K, 10 Twazi. Again, Groovy, 1 Carlton, 2 Shemi, 3 Devon, 4 Ricky T, 5 Ezra, 6 Sly, 7 After Ale, 8 Imran Nerdy, 9 Kishaki, and 10 Twazi, as far as that order is concerned. And then we're looking at the final one, the Power Soca, the Power, the Fireworks. Number 1, Cedil Hollywood, HP and Devon, doing their Bring Your Cooler song. Number 2, Ezra, the Fun Machine. 3, Kishaki, 4, Sly, 5, Tension with the Aximo, and Ricky T at 6, 7 at Bronx, Dove, Too Funny and Matter. 8, Shemi G with the Lying and Crying. 9, Desrel and Jadel, and number 10, Sir Lance a Lot. That is the order for the Power. We have the Pan doing the dipping. We have Ernie, the defending champion, in intercommercial to indicate and show where he's at. We have Jamal with Rum Bucket. We also have performances later from Bronx and Mata on the outside, along with the Mantika, who thrilled so many in the prelims. But we go into some Pan music. The Pan in the air is in fact the issue, and we're going with some Pan, how far the Pan has come. A Suzette being played at Panorama. right to Israel. The panorama, the foundation indeed, and of course, Babono after several consecutive victories, 4 times, being ousted by Pan Time last year, and Pan Time are the reigning champions. They were supreme in the era of Beauséjour. Remember the Pan de Jamal at Beauséjour at the time? Now, back in the SAB, Babono had been dominating there, and of course, it's now Pan Time, the reigning champions. We have 3 bands who have in fact won the panorama. Remember, there's Labri won. Labri won one time and upset all the big names over at Beauséjour. Then Babono has won, Pan Time has won, and the ever improving, the big threat, they're saying, Fantastic Steel Band, led by Crystal Nestor. Very exciting panorama, and looking forward the possibility of Diamond Steel doing a guest performance. Final words from Izai before we go to Ernie, the defending champion in Intercommercial.
Yeah, Teddy, just let me reiterate for those who may not interpret the information you're giving out there properly. That's the order of performance and not the results. You know.
For prediction.
Yeah.
Well, is that you know solutions to information?
Let me tell you. But Teddy, with regards to the emceeing, I want to thank a lot of the persons who I've worked with over the years. People like Pringles, people like Scotty.P, people like Cupid, Maureen herself here, Mr. Legacy, Vaval. I mean, I have had the opportunity to work with so many different MCs who all bring their unique characteristics, their unique skills, and even that for me was a learning process in terms of interaction. I mean, Vaval and I now have a connection whereby I can think of something and he will go and execute it. I don't even have to tell him what I'm thinking of. That's the kind of relationship we have now. And, Mr. Legacy is now coming to the fore. We had Keenan, who we exposed at the semi-final, who was amazed at the amount of work that the MCs have to do at a show like that. And which it's a good thing, to keep roping young people in. I just want to say to all of the upcoming MCs that the most critical thing is to know exactly what you're going to say before you go on stage. That can really and truly leave you in a bind if a performance ends and you walk onto the stage unsure of exactly what you're going to do. With the time limits too, especially in the competition phase where the transition period from one performer to the next can go up to 3-4 minutes. I mean, you need to prepare for that. You must ensure that you have enough content for that, So I really want to thank, all those persons who've entrusted me with emceeing the events at all levels. I mean, it's been a fantastic experience over the last 26 years. Wow, already. And I want to encourage more people. I know we have people out there who have the ability to MC, because I go to karaoke events and I see some of the karaoke hosts, and I know they have the potential to become good MCs. So avail yourselves of all the information that's available. As I said, there are so many tutorials available online, some really, really wonderful information that you can use to guide you. And of course, as I said, Teddy, I'm really fighting hard to get these workshops going. The event in the South, just to add very quickly, is happening, Teddy. It will happen. I've said that for the last 3 years. We bring in Kaiso down south. I'm working with Vaval and Legacy to secure a venue, which should we have wrapped up by maybe next week. And then we'll be making some more pronouncements on that. Advice to the Calypsonians. Very important, Teddy. The Calypso rules. You need to ensure that you understand the rules of competition. And I want to speak specifically as to what qualifies as a performance, because there's a time limit, and for the Calypso final the time limit I think is 10 minutes. This time it speaks to as soon as the MC announces you, the clock starts. Let me say that again. As soon as the MC finishes the announcement, your time starts. Your 10 minutes starts. That 10 minutes includes singing all of your verses, all your demonstrations. We call them presentations, but in the criteria they call demonstrations, etc. So that when you walk off the stage, if the music from the band is still being played, that is part of your performance as well. So that's also being timed. if the music stops, but you have a visual on the screen, you have a skit, you have something that you're going to be saying at the end of the music, that is part of your performance. So when you are preparing for that 10 minutes, please take all that into account. Run through your entire performance from start to finish well in advance of the night of the show. Have it timed. Aim to end everything by 8.5 to 9 minutes. Try not to go beyond that. So should there be a little delay for whatever reason, you have at least a whole minute to work with. You understand? But please take note. Your performance starts when the MC announces you, and it ends with your last presentation on the stage, whether it be musically, vocally, whether it be a visual, whatever. All of that is part of your performance. Yeah. Thank you, Teddy.
Thank you, Isai. We're coming to Jamal and Rum Bucket in a bit. We're coming to Ernie as coming to a water break for Marine in just a bit. Jamal going, thanks. Jamal doing the duties, and we are going with Ernie, who is the reigning champ. But before that, we are taking a taste. The man Ricky T has found and hit a nerve with the public response, resonating with this one that he rocked the crowd and the cultural center in the groovy. Ricky T, I'm Not Kissing.
Dicey life now. Dicey life now. Let me tell you something real quick. Dicey life. Let me tell you something real fast. This year 2026, I'm not kissing no ass. That is one thing I wouldn't do. I'm not kissing now. I'm not doing that. That is one thing I go do. I'm not kissing now. I'm not doing that. I'm not begging for friendship. No, I'm not forcing it. You don't like me, I don't like you. No, I'm not faking it. Play mind games if you want to, but leave me out of it. If my friends is benefit, I'm not in it. If we not see eye to eye, that's nothing. If I text you don't reply, that's nothing. If you moving on a side, that's nothing. But when you get in your karma, I'm not in it. That is one thing I wouldn't do. I'm not kissing now. I'm not doing that. That is one thing I go do. I'm not kissing now. I'm not doing that. I don't want your opinion, cause I'm not taking it. Don't ask me no questions, cause I won't answer it. You can tell all your stories, I'm not buying it. Everybody kissing your ass, so what? I'm not in it. If we not see eye to eye, that's nothing. If I text you don't reply, that's nothing. If you moving on a side, that's nothing. But when you get in your karma, I'm not in it. That is one thing I wouldn't do. I'm not kissing now. I'm not doing that. That is one thing I go do. I'm not kissing now. I'm not doing that. Dicey life now. Dicey life now. Dicey life now. Dicey life now. That is one thing I wouldn't do. I'm not kissing now. I'm not doing that.
Ricky T sounding that he is ready and very much in the fray, and boy, I saw the reaction to that inside the cultural center. That I don't let me not say no more. Could tear down the sub if it connects, you know. So the groovy, I tell people the soca monarch will be very interesting, will be very exciting. Particularly that groovy is tight and rough with the reactions there and the power. There'll be no holding back. Some experienced people in there, and the power performance will be a big factor in that power soca. So very exciting. Soca Monarch in the offering. Intercommercial, they say is the most enjoyable event. Jamal, you come through that event? Yeah. Intercommercial is fun non-stop. They having fun. Ernie, one of the most popular personalities in Castries, Ernie Johnny is here next to us. He has twice in succession won the intercommercial competition. Ernie, they're gunning for you this year. They're coming for you. How are you defending that?
Well, Ernie's never scared, eh? That's just my name, and that's my game. I'm more than prepared for intercommercial because I have a point to prove. that I am the best. That's what I think. I am the best, and I have to live the best. So I have to live the arena the best. So I have a song which is entitled One Last Time. And then
Interesting topic, Marie.
Yes, one last time.
You won it twice. They said you retired. You changed your mind.
Yes,
this one is one last
time. And the thing about me saying I was retiring at the culture center, it was a kind of a trick.
Okay.
For the last time.
I understand.
So everybody would think I retiring, and then I would come back because of my fans. You know? Yeah, man.
You get on like the celebrities retiring and coming back after retire. Like Serena Williams.
Right.
And you're looking to go into the big arena, but Ernie, you know the legacy getting a blow if they beat you there. you see, you should have retired since last year.
No.
But you're not afraid.
No, never scared. Another thing about it, I do it for the fans. The fans love me in the commercial. Ernie, the elders, the young folks, you know, the kids. So I just do it for the fans, you know. Yeah, man.
Ernie too is also dabbles in soca. He has done a few tunes with Bronx and Mata who are here. He'll do one of the tunes, in fact, out there to have some fun today. We have one of the competitors from Borderley is in Borderley.
In the building.
Corrections officer is here representing Borderley. I don't know how Jamal. Happy she never seen me before. She seems to know you well. Jamal, you look very comfortable. I see you talking cozy. I don't know. You all seem familiar.
Jamal is somebody like this. You know?
You're just friendly. You're just friendly. I see you all embrace each other. She asked you if you've been a good behavior yourself. I say, Lord Jamal. Familiarity. What was the phrase? A man known to the authorities. Jamal Cyril, well known to the correction authorities. No, he's just teasing Jamal. Jamal is a good boy. We're going on Marine Dennery Carnival. Is it? Of course, they have the pre-Juve from the night before. They jam into the Juve. They have paint and powder in the Juve. The biggest and best hype in the community, Juves. In fact, some say St. Lucia is Dennery Juve. And then they have the Monday and the Tuesday big parade of bands going on. A lot happening over in Dennery. They well organized. They prepared. They had the Princess Show. They're doing a little touch for the kids. And also Dennery, as I said, Saturday and Sunday. After the Dennery, those who have to, some of us have to rush back up to get a shower and then pavilion. To the pavilion on time for 8 o'clock. Trevor King says the show starts at 8 o'clock for those who have tickets, and for people like Thaddeus Antoine and the rest asking for the people whether anybody has ticket. I don't know if anybody has ticket. I know I've been told that the tickets are totally sold out. So Taddy, try somewhere else for your friends for tickets at the last minute. The ladies on point to their outfits, their hair, their nails, and so the show promises to be one of the better shows in a long time. Let's hope the girls rise to the occasion, live up to the tremendous billing. Dennery Carnival is and Queen Show, the big events for the weekend. We're coming back after, let me see, Marine Time Check. We're going to time it right. Yeah, Marine Time Check. We're coming back with Jamal, a bit of Ernie, more intercommercial, Bronx and Mata. Much of the place is steel band. People going to be doing the dipping. A lot to go through here on Vaval Central. That's why it's called Central. And we're going as a pitch. Jamal maybe giving a ticket or two, so stay tuned for the coveted rum bucket. Maureen?
Absolutely. Thank you, Teddy. Our time is now moved on to 2 minutes after 9 o'clock, and that time is made possible with the compliments of Ferrens Ice Cream.
For something special, something tasty, something smooth. When I think about all the flavors I can savor, I gotta have Ferrens Ice Cream.
I wanna have, I need to have a flavor that makes me glad. But the way I feel, it must be Ferrens Ice Cream. Chocolate coated ice cream bars, creamsicles I gotta have. Give me some fast free yogurt, I need
Ferrens Ice Cream.
Ferrens Ice Cream.
It's so delicious. Ferrens Ice Cream. Ferrens tastes so good. Ferrens Ice Cream. Whoa, I gotta have it. That's only the best will do.
Ferrens Ice Cream, bringing back delicious memories.
9 remarkable women, one coveted crown and a stage where beauty, intelligence, culture, and purpose collide. On Saturday, July 4th, the spotlight shines on the National Carnival Queen Pageant 2026 at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay, featuring Nialee Lewis, Miss Bank of St. Lucia, Simone Sonson, Miss Diamond Girl, Sydney James, Miss First National Bank, Doxia Polio, Miss Duty Free Point Surfing, Shanette Ramos, Miss Republic on Board, Darlene Francis, Miss Export St. Lucia, Dave Edward, Miss St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Adele Montoot, Miss WMB Events and Rentals, Darrell Dubois, Miss Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate. Experience the glamour, the performances, the passion, and unforgettable moments of a crown with purpose. Showtime, 8 p.m. Tickets $180. Available at the Cell Outlets island-wide and online at www.fourcircles.com. No door sales. Feel the vibes. Embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun. I'm on my way to flavor my day with something new, and I've got room for you. Let loose and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery novelties. Love life and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery novelties.
Enjoy Creamy Novelties ice cream, distributed by Ferrens Foods. Live a little.
Do you remember the last time St. Lucia went absolutely red? That feeling of being swept up in something bigger than yourself. Bigger than yourself. Thousands of people. One heartbeat. One night. You felt it. And you said, we need to do that. Do that again. Well, St. Lucia, Red Carnival, and RCI heard you. Color Me Red is back. And this time, we're bringing the king of soca himself, Machel Montano. Machel Montano. Color Me Red, the encore. Friday, July 17th at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground from 7 p.m. General tickets cost $175. Available from Steve's Barbershop, the Cell Outlets, TM Antoine Partners, RCI, and Red. Events.4circletickets.com. VIP $595. Available only online at redevents.4circletickets.com. One stage, one color, one explosive night. There's no holding back. Color Me Red, the encore, presented by Bank of St. Lucia and supported by Peter Beer, Flo, Bounty Rum, JP Chene, Hendricks Gin, Windjammer Landing Resort and Residence, Campari, Doers 12, Hennessy, Grace, Jack Daniels, Tito's Vodka, Blue Waters, Travel and Leisure Center, and M Motors.
Who's a little man with a lot to offer? He is the Harris Benz man who sells the best for ladies in so many colors. He is a Harris Benz man for a better pain and a better price. Check the little man for some soft advice. It's everything inside, outside. You'll be satisfied when you use Harris Benz. It's everything inside, outside. You'll be satisfied when you use Harris Benz.
We ready for the road. We ready for the road. We first national. Your next move bold. We ready for the road. We ready for the road. We first national. Your next move bold. Get ready for your next ride with the drive ahead from First National Bank. Enjoy up to 100% financing and rock bottom interest rate on new vehicle loans. Because we're not only here for you, we're driving ahead with you. For the road, we first national bank. Your next move National Bank branch or firstnationalbankonline.com today. Promotion runs through November 50th. Terms and conditions apply.
Girl, I've been so stressed searching for the perfect tiles to complete my home. Really? Yeah, it's always the same white, beige, and gray tiles with these tile stores. Like they're all buying from the same place. You're the design expert. Help me, please. I'm fed up. What are you looking for? Something different. Something that says Caribbean beauty and suits my personality. Something vibrant and classy with a little razzle dazzle. Okay, Ms. Razzle Dazzle, I know just the place. Island Style Tile and Bath, they're my #1 store for everything tile. And with their new In Living Color collection, you'll find the most gorgeous styles to give you that splash of Caribbean flair you're looking for. That sounds perfect. I'll even take you myself and throw in a free design consultation. I'll never say no to that, sis. I can't afford you anyway.
Visit our Island Style showrooms in Castries, Rodney Bay, and View Fort, or call 450-452 or 453 Tile. We'll help bring your vision to life in living color.
You hear the noise. You feel the energy. Now prepare for the takeover. Rum Bucket, the Avengers. Carnival Saturday, July 18 from 10 p.m. at Gatey Grounds. The ultimate paint, water, and foam experience. Look out for live performances by Dominica's DJ MJ and Envy on the keys. Plus from St. Lucia, DYP, and the St. Lucia Power Soca Giants. Music by DJ JH and MC Dalo. Multi-talented jugglers, DJ Mikey and Hollywood HP. Hosted by Hershey's, the entertainer. Early bird tickets are just $100. More at the door. Get them now from all the sell outlets and Royce Line Clothing Store in Marisol Grosile. Must be 18 and over. IDs will be checked. Rum Bucket, Dirty Avengers. This is where the madness begins.
Vaval Central is speaking with Ernie, the reigning champion, the two-time winner of the Intercommercial. Ernie, last year you gave them the monkey gimmick on them last year.
Yes.
The first one, your first victory about the preacher.
Yes.
You want to be a preacher and make your money. That's where the money is. Yeah. And then you also have, last year you had the monkey one.
Monkey, yeah. Big up Jati.
How are we looking? So who you, the two, both of them were Jati?
No, Jati was the preacher. Carlton was monkey see monkey do.
Right. And so we're looking at
and this year's Carlton Roberts again.
And is the last time?
Yeah.
Last year, go ahead.
Well, I said it was my last time last year, but it was a little trick, you know, to keep the fans and, you know, them in suspense, you know. Yeah, but before I exit, my song is going to be a mystery. I'm not going to give you a verse and chorus of this year's song, right, but I'm going to give you what I got excited about last year, my Picong. And watch out for the Picong this year, all right? Okay, so I'm going to give you a little a cappella, okay? So, everywhere in town, people say they're coming to take my crown. But I understand that they're just monkeying around. Cause to dethrone me, tonight none of them in here are ready. And just like Julian from Monkey Tongue, I'll keep the pace and laugh in their face. So tell the police, Superintendent Ernie is in office. And tell the teachers, I come to teach them some calypso business. To win the monarch, you must come from me. And I will state emphatically, just to be precise, tonight I win in the damn crown twice. And everybody was in the air.
That mashed them up. That's why you mashed up. The Picong.
Yeah, all competitors, I'd like to wish everybody well and just come prepared on the night because I'm not coming cold. I'm coming hot already.
We're going quickly to our next competitor before we go to the bacchanal if Jamal comes through. Tell us your government name and your stage name.
Well, my name is Shakel Shalry and I am performing as Kai Sokop.
Kai Sokop. You see a corrections officer at Bordelais. You've been singing where? At home, in the bathroom, karaoke?
Well, you can say that.
Okay. And you got moved this year. Who's your writer?
Mark Obert, also known as Lord Help Me.
Lord Help Me. Yeah. Lord Help Me. Big writer. Big writer. You have big names behind you, and you're going through. It seems very impressive, your attitude and your aptitude, your ability to sing. He's pleased with, but more than that, your attitude, your respect, and so on as The inmates know you singing. The fellas up there know you singing.
I'm sure they're away.
We're going through. Nice to see the diverse range of people taking part. And Borderly in, she seems very focused and determined. Maureen, she's just going to sing over the track from Maureen, 2 verses.
Sit in my office, up at Borderley, watching what is going on every day. All inside are hurting, 'cause I am seeing young men and women lives in jail wasting. How did they get themselves in that mess? I wondering. Causing the parents so much distress. Mothers crying. Who let down these children? Who created this problem? Was it the society that turned its back on them picnic? That was on my mind. The reason I had to find. So I went on the block, and with this man I started to talk. Daddy was not there, Mommy did not care. So I was left alone at home on my own. I went on the block, smoking weed and rock. As part of the gang, I was given a Glock. I don't remember when I pulled that trigger. All I saw was a young man flat on the floor. I ran away, hiding every day, until the police came and took me away. Now I am in jail, I can't get no bail. My life in a mess, Borderley my address. So tell the young men out there, crime does not really pay. From jail, please stay away. Put down the guns today. That's all I will give for now.
That's more than enough. That's more than enough. Borderly in good standing, rendition indeed, and confidence message. The judges, you have your work cut out. They'll all be coming through Vaval Central between now and the big show is Thursday night, right? Thursday night,
That's
the Cultural
right.
Center lit. That's what I'm saying.
I got number 12, so I'm...
You did number 12. What number you have, Borderly?
11.
11.
So 11 and 12.
That's why you'll match again. They're
Yeah.
coming through.
Your friend,
Ika is at number 1, SSDF.
Wow.
We go through the rankings for intercommercial. And reminding persons asking me, it's Saturday and Sunday, Denry Carnival the Saturday, and Sunday, Denry Carnival on the road, the parade. What part of Denry are you from?
Denry.
Oh, so you're in the carnival too. She says she'll be wearing a crown in Denry Carnival, you know.
Of course.
When you hear the message for you, she'll be wearing a crown. Saturday and Sunday,
2 crowns.
Friday night, Juve in Denry, and then Saturday and Sunday, Denry is the place to be. 2 French bands came down on the road too. It's really growing. 2 French bands will be joining the Denry parade Saturday and Sunday, and nothing can stop it. They have paint and powder in the Juve, really massive. Final words to your colleagues at Borderley, to everybody, to the community.
I'd like to thank everybody who will be there to support me. All I can say is don't take my song just as a song, but take it as a message, especially to the youth, that every decision comes with consequences and it's not too late to change. Yeah.
Thank you. Intercommercial. Jamal is next. Jamal Cyril is here with us. He is the promoter of one of the biggest fests we in Carnival. It is called Rum Bucket. Jamal, everyone asking, it used to be on a Sunday before Juve. Why the move to Saturday? The Vaval Central audience hasn't heard the explanation yet.
The reason for the move on this Sunday is because of security issues.
The move from Sunday to Saturday.
Sunday to Saturday.
Now Saturday. Yeah?
Saturday now. Is because of the security issues on this Sunday. Because what it was is when we first introduced Rum Bucket on this Sunday, during that was during the Vax Mass after COVID, there was no Juve in town.
Right.
So you didn't get any injuries or any hazards or anything. Basically, we could have a proper security personnel at the event. But with the reintroduction of the national Juve, all the police has to be deployed to Juve at a certain time, which is, I think, between 2 and 3 o'clock. So that puts the event at a risk of safety, and our numbers, police numbers, were actually lower than we had in the previous years. So it was our intention to protect the integrity of the brand and protect the patrons, to move the event to another day. And this Saturday was, after conversation with Madam Chair and CPMC, the Saturday was the best day for us to put the event, which is there's no national events after, there's nothing going on. Well, there is your normal private events going on, but no national events. So at that point, we have a better police presence at the event on the Saturday. So that was the reason for the shift from the Sunday to the Saturday, and I think that it actually works out better. So we could come back on the Sunday if there is no national Juve, but for now we have to respect the national events as well, as because everything complements each other. So it cannot just be private events and no national event. And Juve is a cultural event for St. Lucia Carnival, so we cannot fight or go against it. So we actually had to, manners and respect, we call it, and find ourselves on another day, which is the Saturday.
Carnival, we see there's something for everybody. The younger generation, that's really their event. They look forward to it. What are the kind of numbers, the biggest numbers you've done? How many people?
The biggest numbers we've done, I remember the last time you asked me that, you calculated times the ticket price. And then you said it. So the biggest numbers,
my calculator out
the biggest numbers we've done is the biggest numbers. I will say that. The last time we did that, somebody called me and said, how are you making so much money? Teddy Francis said that. So I could tell you, at presently, with Euphoria not being part of Carnival again, Rum Bucket is actually the biggest event after Color Me Red.
Okay.
Yeah, so just put it as that.
Right.
So,
but on a big event for the youngsters, for the younger generations, you really look forward to it.
Younger generations, visitors, all generations, foreigners, everyone comes. It's just a different event because it's more of a local event, a St. Lucian event, because you don't get Rum Bucket in any other island. You could get a color theme party in Trinidad. You could get a breakfast party somewhere else. You would get these parties, but when you hear Rum Bucket, it only ties to St. Lucia, so it's more of a St. Lucian event. So you get a lot of foreigners who coming down want to experience a St. Lucian event. That's the event where they go to. So you get a lot of a diverse crowd.
And you still have the buckets, literally.
Yeah, we still have the buckets. We normally had the 42-ounce buckets which persons used to drink from, but we had to because it was just too much. It was too much. So the buckets this year is a little smaller. Not a cup, but it's the same bucket size, but yeah, a little smaller.
And what's the price and how do you get tickets?
The price for the event is 100 EC. You could get your tickets at the Cell and Roystein Clothing in Shock near the Vidbouteille, the Shock School, on the Vidbouteille Highway. Yes, Cyrus Simmons, yes. So you could get your tickets there as well. This year we did a little different. We added DYP to the lineup because
DYP's on as a jam band.
And that's something where I wanted to do personally, because I have seen what Carnival in St. Lucia have come to compared to what I know. When I came into Carnival, we came into Carnival where it was about live band, about artists performing on stage. That's what I knew. And then I've seen what Carnival has grown to be with the artists performing less. So I made the decision to bring back the YP, bring back the artist performance and put that into Carnival, because the artists need a platform, they need a stage to perform somewhere else besides Soca Monarch. Kudos to Thaddeus and the Color Me Red crew for always giving them that platform. But that's just one. They needed another one, another big event. So, and I always tell the artists themselves, what makes Rum Bucket special is that before Rum Bucket, you already have who won Soca Monarch. But what I realize about the artists is nobody not fighting for a road match. So you need to have an event where people could try to push for a road match, because it's not who won Soca Monarch will win road match. So you have to have another event where people could push. So we brought back the stage for the artists to perform. So we have a few artists. So right now we have Tally Boy, we have Samo, Detention Crew, we have Bronx and Mata outside on board, we have Ezra. So as the time goes along, we're trying to add that lineup to bring back that feeling of what we used to have. The only thing we're missing right now is a 40-foot slide from like Wetfed, to be quite honest. That's what we're missing to get that vibe back. But that's what we wanted to do, to create the stage again, the platform for the artists, because that's how they're going to make music. If they have places to perform, if they don't have nowhere to perform, you cannot tell somebody to invest in a craft and they don't know how they're making the money back.
Good thinking, Jamal, and giving an avenue for them to perform at the Rum Bucket over your venue this year remains
the same. It's Gatey. We can't.
Good old Gatey boy. Good old.
Yeah, shortage of venues in St. Lucia, so we have to use what we have, though.
Jamal Cyril, he's the promoter, has done very well since the Wet Fed days, a youngster who pioneered the Wet Fed. It stopped for a few years, and now Rum Bucket, a big replacement, certainly in order for the youngsters, the grassroots ready to go across there. The kind of persons who used to go to OECS, Soca Monarch, are very much present at Rum Bucket and more to ensure they have this.
But I want to say one more thing, though. I realized, Teddy, you're a pioneer yourself, because people don't give you your flowers, and they try to give people the flowers when they die, so you're still alive. So I would say kudos to you and what you did for the culture, because coming up in Carnival at my early 18, I was actually 17, 18 when we started doing Wet Fed. We were in Safa, and coming up in Carnival, we didn't know what the hell we was doing, and with persons like you being at the helm of Carnival, give us our guidance and open the door for us and made us see Carnival in a different perspective, because with your vision at that point in time when you were the hell of a Carnival actually, that's when you saw the change in Carnival, because like I was telling you before, like I said earlier, I only know two people for head of Carnival, yourself and Madam Chair Tamara Gibson. So between that, we didn't know anybody. So I must say kudos to you and what you have done for the culture and still being present right now, because listening to Vaval Central and listening to you when it comes to all Carnival interviews, talk shows, that means that you're a pioneer, and people don't say that, because I'm surprised you didn't get the award when they had the launch of Carnival, but I think that your award is given to you every day, and kudos to you for what you have done, because we needed people like you. I didn't. The younger generations.
Jamal, you prepared that speech, man?
No, I didn't. It comes out of my head. The younger generation didn't know. They didn't. The new promoters, they didn't know. They didn't know who you were, and you know they see you. They don't know who you were. So somebody like me that come up at 18, I used to look at Teddy like, boy, like a god. You understand? And I realized why I looked at you like that, because what you did for us. So kudos to you and what you're doing for the culture, man.
Thanks. Beats, you listening, eh? We're going to our soca break as we make the switch out there. Getting a mix from the great Beats. Marine, ready for him? Let's go, Beats. A mix while we go outside for the pan, a Bronx and Mata and Tika.
Prepare for the takeover. Rum Bucket, The Avengers. Carnival Saturday, July 18 from 10 p.m. at Gatey Grounds. The ultimate paint, water, and foam experience. Look out for live performances by Dominica's DJ MJ and Envy on the keys. Plus from St. Lucia, DYP, and the St. Lucia Power Soca Giants. Music by DJ JH and MC Dalo. Multi-talented jugglers, DJ Mikey and Hollywood HP. Hosted by Hershey's, the entertainer. Early bird tickets are just $100. More at the door. Get them now from all the sell outlets and Voice Line Clothing Store in Marisol Grosile. Must be 18 and over. IDs will be checked. Rum Bucket, The Avengers. This is where the madness begins.
It's like love hiding from me. Every fete, every lime, same story. Drinking me and but my heart still cold. Till you push back and take control. She said, boy, why you so tense? Why don't you don't make sense? We can't plan what we don't know. So let me jam one more for the road. We can't find love on the road. So let me take what we got tonight. Let we live in the wine, feeling the wine, live in the moment. We can't find love on the road. Girl, your wine is my kryptonite. Yes, cause me
here. We're doing a quick dipping. The Panorama is a big event in the carnival. They have a solo competition in the Panorama that they will be dipping for this morning. So we hand you over to the PRO who will conduct the dipping. Let's go, the dipping for solo competition.
All right, good morning. So the players will be dipping for their playing positions on July 12th. Would you like to go for Shaz? All right. So everybody will dip for one ball and then you'll open it. Everybody will open it together. And Shiki will be dipping on behalf of Jesse, who's unable to make it, and Manasseh will be the remaining ball. So y'all can go ahead and open your ball.
We're getting the numbers for the solo competition in Panorama that'll precede the bands. Number 3. Shaz Panman, the online, the Instagram maestro is at number 3.
Number 1.
And you from which band you from? Pantime soloist is at number 1. Number 4 from which band? Cots Babono number 4. And Jesse?
Jesse Nurse number 2.
Jesse from which band? Pantime again, the soloist. And this you have 4 in 10 or 5?
One more. Yeah, the other person is missing, so I'm guessing he's number 1. No, number 2.
Number 2.
Number 5. Number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah.
There we have it. Just give a little pitch for your Panorama. Tell us about Panorama, the date, and the bands lineup so far.
So Panorama is July 12th at the SAB. Tickets are available at the Cell Outlets and Steve's Barbershop. VIP tickets are $150. Door sales are $50. If you're purchasing your tickets before, it's $30 for adults and $15 for children.
And everything in order. Let Chiki add the final word. Chiki, go ahead.
Yes, Teddy. We're expecting a very good show. We have 5 bands taking part in the Panorama. We have 5 soloists taking part in the Panorama as well. The Panorama will be the first part of the show, and then the soloists will come on afterwards. We think it's going to be a very exciting show. We have we have a new band coming in, Denry Steel Pan, and we're just trying to, bring it out, and just expecting everybody to come out and enjoy the show.
Name the bands for them again. Name the bands.
Pantime Steel Orchestra, Courts Barbano Steel Orchestra, Fantastic Music, Labry Steel Pan, and Denry Steel Orchestra.
Yeah, people excited about that Panorama on this Sunday night, Carnival Sunday. We're looking forward to that as a big event in our culture and in our carnival. Plaudits and applause to the pan men working hard. You can go to the different pan sides. Pan time will be at the VG complex from Sunday night practicing. Courts Babono in Grand Riviere. We have Fantastic over at Barnard Hill next to the Cultural Center. Go around the Denry and Labry, always supporting the community. So go to the pan yards, feel the vibe as you build up to carnival. Thanks, Chiki, and your team. You're working hard. We respect you all as pan leaders, as panists, and good to see you keeping the culture vibrant and so many youngsters involved in the art form.
Very much so.
Thank you, pan men, as we get ready for Taker. Taker now going to do his thing before we get Bronx and Mata. Big finalists again in the Power Soca, the most dynamic and synergized duo in Soca in St. Lucia. You have to tell us the secret, Bronx, in that. We go in. Taker is your show.
Yeah. St. Lucia, good morning. We're still in the vibes, yeah. Somebody sing it with me.
Where we chipping? Where we chipping?
I say where we chipping. We chipping down the road. Sing it.
Where we chipping?
Tell me.
Where we chipping?
Show me.
Where we chipping?
The party overload. Where we chipping money. We coming down the road. We were dancing, swaying, rocking down. The party overload. We got set on fire. And the revelers feeling high. As we chipping down the road. Everybody hands up in the sky. Baby, sing it.
Where we chipping?
Tell me.
Where we chipping?
Show me.
Where we chipping?
We chipping down the road, baby. Tell me.
Where we chipping?
Show me.
Where we chipping? Where we chipping?
And
we chipping and we chipping and we chipping and we chipping and we chipping and we chipping and we chipping down the road.
we chipping down the road, baby? Tell me. Where we chipping? Show me. Where we chipping? I wanna know. Where we chipping? We chipping down the road, baby. Tell me. Where we chipping? Show me. Where we chipping? I wanna know. Where we chipping? Cause the party overload. And we chipping, 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 and we chipping down the road. Yes, St. Lucia, listen to that. So if you want to jam, join the Lucian band as we heading down the road. Luxury morning, revelers coming today. Everybody come, join in. Somebody sing it. Where we chipping? Tell me. Where we chipping? Show me. Where we chipping? We chipping down the road, baby. Where we chipping? Tell me. Where we chipping? I wanna know. Where we chipping? Cause the party overload. And we chipping, 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 and we chipping down the road. Oh yeah. Thank you very much, St. Lucians. Take it nice, sing it. Where we chipping? Where we chipping?
That voice. Big voice. Taker, you didn't make it to the final, but the crowd loving your song. People respect it and keep going, keep improving.
I'll do that. Well, everybody cannot make it at the same time, so but they'll see. I'm doing it for the people, and I'm looking to be out on the road for Juve and making it better for next year.
Jamal said might have you on early in Rum Bucket. Early, just we chip in. Before the rum settle. Jamal, we chip in. We going. Bronx and Mata, the dynamic duo. Fans like crazy. They sell a lot of tickets in Soca Monarch. They are here. You ready for them, Hyper?
Morning in the morning.
The Power Soca, you can't count them out. They real synergize. They'll have the handbook on how to perform as a duo. Other people try it, they stumbling, they mixing it up. What's the secret, boy, Bronx? What's the secret?
Well, we just go out and do what we do, you know. It's just vibes.
And timing. I never see many fans like I see Mata in Constitution Park the other day. Boy, it's good trend going crazy, you know. Mata. What they like, the swag, Mata? You don't know. The swag. Yeah, we go in. Mata and Bronx doing their thing.
Hold on. Big up Vaval Central, RCI. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, let me go. Hold on. Side, hit the place, I'm mad. Upset us. Let me go. Upset us. Let me go. 1, 2.
We coming to break it down, we go mash up party. We coming to break it down, shake it down, we go mash up it. We coming to break it down, we go mash up party. We coming to break it down, shake it down, we go mash up it. Alright, I get it on bad, I get it on bad, I get it on side. Oh, in the place I'm mad. I get it on bad, I get it on bad, I get it on side. Oh, in the place I'm mad. Tell them we sick, mad and psycho, wilder than a rhino. And half of them they cannot go the places where that I go. I mash up it, BPS at the hydro. You think you bad, we badder than you. I tell you early link up, man fed link up, pocket link up, pocket man link up, hooky white link up. And I just want everybody to bump to me and we touch you. We coming to break it down, we go mash up party. We coming to break it down, shake it down, we go mash up it. We coming to break it down, we go mash up party. We coming to break it down, shake it down, we go mash up it. I get it on bad, I get it on bad. I get it on bad, I get it on Talk to Germany.
You know me, I'm a public celebrity.
Every time I wish in a party, everybody looking at me. Well, I can't understand if this is my situation. So me go to the preacher man to get a simple solution. So tell you early link up, man fat link up, pocket link up, pocket man link up, rookie wife link up, and I'm set up. That's every time we touch the road, we go. We coming to break it down, we go mash up party. We coming to break it down, shake it down, we go mash up fed. We coming to break it down, we go mash up party. We coming to break it down, shake it down, we go mash up fed. I get it on, I get it on, I get it on side. You need this, I get it on. Fix the next one, give me the next one, fix the next one. How we living? Better than them. Ready if you know you sing it oh. How we living? Better than them. Vaval said, I say no steak and fish. Can mash up the chicken back relationship. One to them, no steak and fish. I want the whole RCI. How we living?
Better than them. Oh, better than them. Oh, better than them. Oh, better than them. Oh, how we living? Better than them. Oh, better than them. Oh, Liza. Oh, better than them. What's that? How we living? Better than them. Oh, better than them. Better than them. Oh, better than them. Oh, how we living? You know it. Better than them. Why you singing with me? No. I say, Holana. You have your Benz, I have my spark, Holana. Your woman sit down in the back, Holana. Focus matter, I will have a Holana. I say, Holana. The fellas have all them. Well, all them money. They are kids for them together. They have to spend their money. Well, spend their money. Give it flowers. And give it praise. Holana, and it's steady that rock is the world. My fellas, how we living? So you see that one? That one is brand new, 2026. Look, I'm on a finals with them. If we know it, we don't know it. Those upset as we in the place. Ready? I tell them we know what's wrong. 1, 2, 3. I tell you, mad people coming up, mad people. I tell you, mad people coming up, mad people. Crazy people coming up, sick people. When we in your face, disruption. Upset us in the place, destruction. When we touch you, no introduction. Hold on. Somebody take a dance and take a dance and put it head up. My pressure done up already. My head not good. My head have a hole already. My head not good. If you see me fast already. My head not good. And I fall in love. Look, I fall in love. Mad people coming up. Mad people coming up. Crazy people coming up. Sick people coming up. I tell you, mad people coming up. Mad people coming up. Crazy people coming up. Sick people. When we in a fair disruption. Upset us in the place, destruction. When we touch you, no introduction. Tell them matter. Somebody take a dance and take a dance and put it on the road like mad. When the rhythm start to it, I get it on mad. When I reach in the place, I get it on mad. When the party turn up, I get it on mad. When if you know you sing it, I tell you upset us we in the place. We know what's up. Tell them we know what's up. We know. I tell you upset us we in the place. We know what's up. Tell them we know what's up. What's the dance? Put your mad people, mad people, crazy people, sick people. I tell you, mad people, mad people, crazy people, sick people. When we in your face, disruption, upset us in the place, destruction. When we touch you, no introduction. Somebody take a dance and take a dance and put it in the air. Coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Bang.
Big up yourself, Matan Bronx. Monday morning, we back Vaval Central, 8 o'clock. Yeah, Mad vibes. So come on, sell off. You agree? Monday morning, 8 o'clock.
Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Creamy Novelty, Harris Paints, and First National Bank.
Vaval Central! Music, the happenings, interviews, and all aspects of Carnival. Vaval Central!